Annyeong. Since I'm doing the Spotify which I'm collaborating with all these artists in my phone. This is the first time Stray Kids are using Spotify. If you're interested in games or any types of magazines such as L Singapore 17 magazine, um Marie Claire, L Thailand, or anything that has games on it. You could take a quiz on getting to know what does a musician do for a living. As for 17, I have done 17 a magazine before. I did quizzes, and I checked on the personality. So usually personality are based on musicians. When it comes down to musicians, I ended up using um, Cosmopolitan and Vogue. No, and Vogue. And when it comes down to Cosmopolitan and Vogue, usually I love the pictures on Vogue because they're more well known of their own artistic side and the fashion trends. But as for the Cosmopolitan, they're more focused on getting to know the real you, the person who the person you're trying to figure out what does it mean to be self-centered, have more self-esteem, and trying to write like anything that has a true meaning of yourself. So usually quizzes are the more a meaning of me, of getting to know what the meaning of math, because usually math is the rhythmic side, and my challenging side of getting to know what does physics mean. When it comes down to physics, there are times that physics could translate into another generation, from one step to another generation. As for looking through calculus, when I looked through calculus, there are times that calculus could be one thing that you could be able to do, either do something with yourself, drawing. I did make a sketch for Spotify, because I've been thinking about 17 magazine. I've been doing 17 magazine when I was probably I started, you know, when I started college. It doesn't mean that I know how to read, but I do know how to understand the meaning of getting to know what does quizzes mean, and how it reflect on me on getting to know the difference between history and English. I do love English literature, but when it comes down to English literature, there are times that you have to understand two things. With design, when it comes down to wood design, I am not sure that Robert Pattinson will do a wood design, but he said he's gonna conjugate more people on getting to know his his inspiration is. And as for Jizzle, her inspiration is more on acting and doing fashion and doing ambassador. So when it comes down to it, congratulations to both of them. So when it comes down to Spotify, I could um, figure out the meaning of a restaurant. They do need a restaurant designer, and I have Sarah Hadid, which is Gigi, Bella, and Enroy. But as for Gigi Hadid, she understand what does Food Network is. She's been doing a fan of Food Network for a longest time. But as for Deschanel, Gyllenhaal, and Barton, the only person who understand Food Network is Haley Barton. As for Gyllenhaal, the only thing I could think of is Maggie Gyllenhaal. And as for her brother, he's focusing on the meaning of getting to know what does acting does, what type of food do they eat, and etc. Like more like a um, entrepreneur and a restaurant not a restaurant designer, but more like a restaurant, like an entrepreneur. And last but not least, Deschanel. So when it comes down to Deschanel, she is love organic foods because she likes everything fresh from the garden. So when it comes down to it, she loves anything that is fresh, idealistic, and very hands-on. So, if you're interested on getting to know what is Food Network, they do have a New York Food Network on getting to know the meaning of what is the Food Network do for a living. So this is another way of using the word Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest is the way of getting to know winery and beer. But Oktoberfest is basically on beer, not winery. But when it comes down to food and winery, there are times that you could be able to pick up some tickets and to figure out the bestest food or any or what type of winery do they choose. But when it comes down to it, you could go to Food Network to click in what does um, Food and Winery does for Oktoberfest, or you could choose any thing that has beer on it. Because, like for example, I could be able to say fish and chips. When it comes down to fish and chips, those are the beer batters of our time. I'm not sure if they have real beer, but yes, they do have real beer. And in my culture, when it comes down to real beer, either you drink it or you use it. Yeah, my culture is very difficult to express themselves as getting to know what does Oktoberfest. But when it comes down to Oktoberfest, it would be next week. If you're judging me, what does beer batter mean? When it comes to beer batter, I do love drinking beer. I do drink winery, but it's against my other culture. You could say that it's another fish sauce. So fish sauce is not what I wanted to do. But since if you love Vietnamese food, we do put fish sauce and we do put ginger. So if you love pho, that's great. Pho is my favorite. But the actual Vietnamese food that I really love is bún riêu. But other people might taste the spiciness of bún riêu. So it would be nice to understand bún riêu. I haven't been cooking in a long time, but my culture is still deep inside of me. So hopefully this will be another way to understand Food Network. So follow me on Instagram. You could subscribe me on this channel. I did mention Food Network, but it's more like a design. So hopefully Gigi, NY, or Bella to could understand Sarah Hadid. So that would be another way to understand more artists. More artists could collaborate with Food Network. How do artists eat? How do artists figure out their own protein diet? So there is a protein diet for models, but when it comes down to like certain food, they're more on the yoga basis. So hopefully everything will be fine. So good luck and congratulations on Food Network.